This is going to be huge.
250,000 gallons of water? Now that's a lot of water.
This is by far the biggest production we've ever done.
It's going to be a game changer for the entire world.
Wait till you see what happens when we dump this water.
3, 2, 1.
Let's open the floodgates!
You are about to watch the behind-the-scenes footage of how we made the commercial for the FlexSeal family of flood protection products. But before we get started, there's some important information that you need to know. Every structure is different. Depending on the age and type of construction, there may be areas that can't be seen or sealed. So it's impossible to stop all floodwater from entering your home or business every time. So even when you use our flood protection products, you still must always follow your state and local weather advisories and evacuation orders. Also, if you're sealing the entire structure, all persons, pets, and essential belongings must be removed. The dry time for our flood protection products depends on temperature, humidity, and thickness of the coating, and must be applied and fully cured before floodwaters arrive. Our flood protection products were designed to help slow down or even stop water from entering your home or business. However, they are not intended to stop flash floods or to protect against floating or flying debris. Also, they're not intended to withstand extreme winds, extreme water pressure, or if there's structural damage to the building. It's important that you read all product labels and safety warnings. We've created step-by-step instructional videos that will help guide you through the process. For more information, go to flexsealproducts.com/flood. So now it's time to show you how we made this incredible commercial. Sit back, relax, go get your popcorn, because it's time to open the floodgates.
When Phil comes to us with a commercial, he usually has a concept. Sometimes he has a rough script together. It's my job and my fellow employees' jobs to support him, to support whatever he's come to us with and make it better.
Hey, listen, on my next project, I'd like to submerge a house completely underwater, like in an ocean or a lake. But I got talked out of that. So we decided to just go 3 feet.
Let's do it. Like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. And I thought, Dave, flooding, perfect choice.
This is going to be expensive. But undaunted, we went forward.
All right, here we go again. It's going to be a big challenge, but it's definitely like one of those nice projects that we all want to work with.
I thought it was pretty insane, but I love the idea. It's not a matter of if you can do it, it's how you can do it when you're talking to Phil.
So we started like creating these sketches based on the visions of the creators, especially Phil. So whatever he has envisioned, the storyboard artists start like doing these sketches. So that's the very first step that we do.
A lot of water! The water's rising fast, but when our flood protection products are used...
The animatic is a 3D animation of the commercial based on the storyboards.
Using storyboards and animatics are really important in the industry now because it's the only way to know before you get on set what you're going to see.
The initial water test, I wasn't sure what to think. It was the first time ever filling a 40-foot container with water. I know they reinforced it, but there was still a fear of it exploding and water going everywhere and possibly someone getting hurt.
So as you can see here, we attach these ratchet straps to large steel bars on the exterior. This is meant to hold back the forces that are trying to bow out the sides of the shipping container. Without these reinforcements, it would puff out like a sausage. You can also see that we use flex glue to hold everything in place, not only for its water sealing capabilities, but for that extra adhesive strength to hold everything together.
We had our bin blocks in place in front of the containers to block the water from hitting the house too hard. The bin blocks are 6 feet long by 2 feet wide by 2 feet deep, and they weigh a little over 3,000 pounds each.
And the first time we released the water, I believe it moved 3 or 4 of them a good 15 or 20 feet.
The water pushed them back, rolled them away as if they were just Legos. As I'm watching it, the gears in my head were already turning on how to make it better, safer, and more repeatable results.
The location was hot. It's white limestone. I describe it if you've ever seen the salt flats, desolate and in the middle of nowhere. I think we started in August. It was rainy season, so for the first 3-4 weeks, it was raining sideways most of the time. The site was far from the studio and far for so many people to get to.
There's no infrastructure. Everything had to be shipped in. You have to bring in your water, you have to bring in shelter, you have to bring in bathrooms, you have to bring in tents. And that time of year, unless you wanted people passing out, you have to bring in air conditioning. Might as well be on a stranded island.
The flood location was a big quarry. You were in a location where you had both swamp and water. You had alligators. You had mosquitoes. And then at any given time, that could turn into whatever kind of craziness might be living out by the Everglades.
Here's some of the science behind what we did. We created a basin using 2-foot by 2-foot by 6-foot concrete bin blocks that weighed 3,600 pounds each. We used 250 of those bin blocks, weighing a total of 900,000 pounds. Now to fill the basin, we used shipping containers. A standard shipping container is 40 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 8.5 feet tall. The water holding capacity of one of these containers is about 17,831 gallons. So the water holding capacity of 10 containers is 178,316 gallons. We filled the basin in 2 dumps. The first dump filled the basin to 2 feet deep. Then we refilled the containers to half capacity for a second dump to reach 3 feet inside the basin, for a total of 267,474 gallons of water. Now that's a lot of water.
I'm the managing member of JBP General Contracting, LLC. We're a small general contractor that builds anything from commercial work to custom homes. I've been in the construction business over 40 years, and I would consider myself an expert home builder. I built this as if it was just a normal house that we would build every day.
We're now building the house, the actual house we tear down later on and flood all the way around it.
It's a strong house, so it's been built to specs. We're gonna put it to the test.
We constructed it in 6 weeks. Normal home building, this would have taken much longer. We just worked longer hours through the weekends to make it happen.
All right, here we are, rigging another container. This is the setup that we use to rig one. We're getting ready to close the doors and show you how all this works in one shot. Just hooked up the chain to the binder as you saw from inside. We have a power winch to hook it up to and pull it tight. And it's now hooked up to the release mechanism, which now we can release it and show you how it works. So this is our actuator that actually pulls the cable that will release the pin, which will release that chain up top, which will allow the doors to fly open. And basically all this thing does is pull this little cable and this flies. Just like that. Boom, the chain releases, water's flying out.
So we have 7 gates here that are mounted on hinge systems.
What we're doing is we're adding angle steel with neoprene padding to kind of seal in the doors so that we can release the water when we want to and hold it when we don't. Gates open up with all the water pressure just pushing right out, straight down the bowling alley and out into the lake.
Next step is then setting our bridge here, bringing the rooftop in, and attaching the last containers over there. And by the end of the week, we should be done for next week's water test.
We've got our tech here from Chapman balancing the remote head, and we got our area camera on here ready to fly for the first shot of the day.
Well, we're gonna fly the car into the pond, put it on the driveway so we can bring it into the garage. It's gonna be a flying car.
Right now, I'm setting up all of our product for the shoot today. Make sure everything looks nice. We got everything matching the animatic and the exactly what the directors want. And this is what Phil will be displaying to the world for the first time ever.
What time is it, Dove?
Looks like it's about commercial time. A Flex Seal commercial.
Today we're shooting the open, a couple different versions. He's walking across, he's in front of the house, introducing the product. I'm positive it's gonna go very well today.
It's going good. Everything's going as planned, and little minor things here or there, but looks like it's going to work out.
First series of shots, that was the open to the 120. I don't know. They said I did okay. I thought I did great. They were like,
It's actually very good, as always.
looks like there's a big dark cloud coming in, and you try to match up the lighting. So when the lighting and clouds come in, things get weird and it gets different. You try to be consistent.
CB, we're calling it for lightning.
That's a cut.
Lightning. Always happening. It's Florida.
I gotta get on. You never really know.
Storm watch. Feels like a flood's coming. A major flood's coming.
Round two. Let's do this. Hi, Phil Swift here for the Flex Seal family of flood protection products. A new innovation in flood protection specifically designed to help you protect your home or business from damaging floodwaters. To show you the incredible sealing power of our flood protection products, we built this entire house. So that was a wrap for the first day, and that was at least my wrap. And really exciting. It was a lot of fun. We had some rain in the middle there, which set us back about an hour, hour and a half. But we're just getting started. So really excited. I think it's going to be amazing.
Sun's about to go down. We just wrapped. Got to start sealing this house up for the big major flood.
Gotta say, this new color makes it really easy to see where you're spraying in order to get maximum coverage. And I mean, look at that label. That's sharp. The name of the game with this product seems to be coats, to seal any little tiny hole, the imperceptible little hole. We're testing such an extreme amount of water that we really need everything working together.
So we're applying liquid, removable, on top of paste, and this will basically put a rubberized shell over everything. Because if there's a little nook and cranny that you miss, water will find its way in. Do you know how big a water molecule is? Not very big. You can get into anything. Yeah, the tape is gonna be for the bottom where the garage door meets the slab, but we have to wait for this to dry and then put the tape over that, and then we'll probably liquid over that. That's the key to everything, the combo, the 1-2 knockout. It's nice to have a secondary house here in the studio for the more intricate application shots, to really show details on what you're doing, on how to apply it, on where not to miss spots. The studio house is crucial.
Sealed up every gap, crack, and hole using our flood protection products. Windows and doors, seams and thresholds, crawl spaces, basement windows, vents and ducts, garage doors, or other areas water may enter. Our flood protection products are specifically designed to work together in order to create multiple layers of super strong protection.
This morning we're going to be shooting some studio interior shots of a removal of our product.
We're removing the flood tape, paste, spray, liquid from the house that we built in the studio.
We were devoting today to removables, and as we went around the house, we got 12 different setups, all showing various combinations of the paste and the spray and the tape and the spray, and we got some really great looking pieces.
We used everything from the crane to high shots to low shots, a variety of lenses, a variety of setups, all with beautiful blue screen lighting. And it should all intercut very, very nicely with the rest of the footage.
Our flood protection products are completely removable. Not only will they seal out the elements and help protect your home or business from damaging floodwaters, but our advanced high-tech formula is specifically designed to be removed. They come off fast and easy.
So here I am with Mr. Chris Brown, and today the scene is what?
That's a lot of water.
A lot of water!
So what I'm going to be doing is, well, I'm not doing it. Well, the drone's doing it. Rob's got the drone. The drone's going up. I'm going to go, a lot of water. Then I'm going to say that water was 3 feet high and the inside staying dry. Let's go do it.
It's a full day. It's been a little hectic. Setting up the monitors, setting up the video feeds, city cams in the house. We got prompter in the house. We got electric setting up. It's just crazy and madhouse in here. The house is small. It's getting crowded real quick. And we're going to be in here all day long, surrounded by 3 feet of water.
You can see that I'm inside the house and there's no roof. And it's nice and cool in here. It's like 60, no humidity. Anyway, we're ready to go. You're gonna love it. Shooting in the house, and this was the scene where I walk around and there's 3 feet of water outside, and it was a long day in the house for, I don't know, 5 hours. Super exciting. And I'll tell you what, the flood protection products, they've been on there all day, yesterday. Those products are amazing. So yeah, we're really excited and we're going to do it again tomorrow.
All right, here we are the following day. The product performed excellent, just as we expected. Held the water back, no leaks, Phil's in there all day, and the product's amazing.
We had this house over 3 feet of water. It held amazingly. Flex Seal flood protection products really works.
Very impressive test. And to see it all happen in real time is really amazing.
That can hold back water. A lot of water. Just take a look around. All these windows, doors, seams, and openings have all been sealed up tight, holding back all that water while protecting your home and valuables. Look, every structure is different. Depending on age and type of construction, there may be areas that can't be seen or sealed, so it's impossible to stop all floods every single time. But our flood protection products, they can help. They can help by slowing down or even stopping water from entering your home or business. That water is 3 feet high, and the inside is staying dry. Wear wall, house, monster cranes, containers, 1,000 gallons of water.
We checked everything going into this. We had an escape route figured out. We had 2 other people in there with them, 3 actually on the first round. So I felt pretty confident that we were safe, but certainly it was the experience of the first flood. I was like, this is going to be really cool.
Well, of course, we're always thinking of safety. We've taken every precaution. We did enough tests where we know the water isn't going to destroy the house, but at the end of the day, Phil's safety is the main priority for all of us.
I've done a lot of homework to make sure that everything is safe and well-researched and well-constructed, because I'm very confident in the safety of the overall exercise. Really, my focus is just on getting the shot.
When the water comes in, it's rushing in. It's going to really come at these windows and doors. It's going to try to get through these cracks as best as it can.
Because it's going to be one little flood coming through here.
All right, people, I think we are ready to roll. I just want to say that we're going to make history here today. Let's have a great shoot.
All right, it's on you, George. James, I'm going to do a countdown from 3, so on my mark.
There for a flood, a wicked flood.
You on 7? Any camera feeding? Everyone standing by. Here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Once everything is dry and sealed, let's open the floodgates. Well, I'm just standing there. I got my hands on my hips, and I'm just shaking my head, and I'm like, this looks amazing. This looks amazing.
Phil is a trooper. We've seen Phil do some really crazy stuff over the years, but to see him stand inside that house with all that water rushing out. And even though we tested it before we put fill in there, there was still a little sense of, oh boy, here we go. But you got to hand it to Phil for standing in there and right to the window and just holding it up. Impressive.
Yeah, that was scary too. You know, obviously we need Phil. So having Phil inside of the house, looking at all this water around him, and just like the only thing that is separated from the water was like a thin layer of a product and glass, pretty much. You know, so that was scary, but he held it. So it was awesome. It was just like impressive.
Once everything is dry and sealed, let's open the floodgates.
That water is rising fast, but our flood protection products are holding tight. And when used in combination with one another, they'll create a powerful force field of protection.
So now you probably wonder how many water simulations we did for that. Actually, the amount of simulations we did for this commercial is 0. Why? Because when you sell a product, you cannot do false representation. It needs to be realistic. So all the water you see in the commercial is actually the real water. So the first thing is to get the plate, and then we do a camera tracking. We were scared on some shots when we saw, like, for example, the camera when it goes up, the drone shot, and we see the entire environment around, and we thought, how the hell are we gonna do this? And I saw this water raging in front of the house. It was mind-blowing. It was incredible. This one is the same setup as the previous one, but we added a fish. Tons and tons of roto and compositing, and add the fish right there. They couldn't put a roof on the house. We had to add the roof on top, and it becomes transparent at what point so we can see the interior. Well, how many times do you see a commercial with, you know, something that big in a commercial? This is like Super Bowl kind of stuff. As you can see, everything we touch does not affect the product itself. The product works. We didn't even remove any traces of water inside the house. It did work. Actually, it worked very well. So what we did was to do some cosmetic changes that do not change what the product can do.
What about this project are you going to remember forever?
You know, after you complete a project like this, it's the whole experience becomes a memory. And then when you start talking about it, or if you see pictures, or you go in remember that? Oh, I remember that. But just, you know, stepping back. So I remember the first time all the floodgates opened. I remember being inside the house, watching the water and waves come through. I mean, there are many, many granular moments, but all in all, the whole experience was priceless.
The biggest takeaway from this is how many different departments can come together to pull off such an incredible technical shoot.
I was really proud of the people that I got to work with on this. Everyone put their best foot forward, and it shows in the work.
It was nice for me to look back and see all the components working together as a family to produce this.
Definitely one of the largest scale shoots I've ever been a part of. But now I take away after that we truly can do anything now.
Right now, as of now, this commercial will be the highlight of my career. I ain't done yet. I got a lot of work to do. But as far as production value, this tops them all. If you think we're having fun, you're right. We're having a blast. We enjoy what we do, and we work our butt off. We work hard. We love what we do.